Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. It's Sunday night. Welcome to our NBA presentation. It'll be Luis Scola and the Phoenix Suns facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
The city of brotherly love, home of the Liberty Bell, where the 76ers are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday night hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. Now we've got a chance for our State Farm starting lineups. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Marcin Gortat in this one?
Well, the thing that I like about Gortat is how deceptive he is in the ways that he scores. I mean, he can score in transition, he can catch in the paint with either hand and finish, he can knock down a jump shot. I mean, he doesn't look like a star, but he's developing into one.
Yeah, you know what, Steve, he really is? He might not be the biggest guy, but Gortat thrives on contact. He can pack a punch too. I've watched him many times. Just leaning into you and bumping into you and working your way down the floor. He can definitely wear a player down with all of them. Look at the Suns. They are right where they want to be right now. Only one loss so far in the first 7 games of the season.
Well, right now for the Suns, they've been rolling along beautifully to start the season. They've got the media, their fans, and most importantly themselves believing this is going to be a special year.
Well, you look at how they finished last year to where they are now, and you understand why there's so much excitement surrounding this team. They've got some confidence, there's belief, as you said, Clark, and when the fans are finally excited like they are now, and now you know you got something special.
Young with the steal. And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. Brings down the breakaway slam.
Some instant offense coming for them after that steal.
Yeah, that's terrific, beautiful transition basketball. No chance at all for the defense to get back and set up.
Another miss by Gortat.
A part of growing as a team is getting better and better on the defensive end, and that's exactly what Philadelphia did a year ago. They were up near the top of the charts in terms of defensive statistics for most of the last season.
The shot's good from Bynum.
And that's why you love this guy. I mean, tremendous work on the offensive boards. He just gets you second chance points.
Scola passes to Arenas from outside the arc, and the shot is good. Arenas has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And ultimately, the 76ers would finish in the top 5 in terms of both points against, defensive field goal percentage. Really what Doug Collins has tried to instill, Clark, from the very get-go.
And that's the way you build a consistent winner. You got to start with the defensive end of the floor. And you know Philadelphia loves a tough defensive team. And this group is starting to embrace and grow into that identity. If they can get their scoring up a little bit, this could be a downright dangerous team for a long time.
And it's sent back by Bynum.
Slow start here, just 1 for 5 to begin the game.
Here's Holiday. Shot is off. And Phoenix the other way now. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Yeah, they got swept in the 2 games that they played against this club last year. They lost both of them. Real persistence on his part. Stayed with the play and cashed in with the second chance points.
Passes to Richardson. Fires from deep. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Richardson's got 5 points so far. We talked about what happened between these two teams last year, Steve. It was a pretty one-sided affair.
Yep, they just had a hard time finding anything that worked against these guys, Kevin. They really did. It was tough for them.
Dragic gets the bucket. Here's Holiday playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable.
Get through.
Young sets a screen for Holiday. Holiday off a pick from Young. Holiday attacking. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Arenas dishes to Beasley. Flushes it down.
pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones, you just can't allow that.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Now, here is Young, averaging 8 points a game. And Turner kicks to Holiday. Bynum. He kicks it to Young. And that one's good. Young's got his first bucket of the night. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They defeated the Hornets in their last game.
As a team in that game, they shot the ball incredibly well. And that was the #1 reason they came out on top.
And it was no fluke. I mean, they were as in sync as you could hope for, really working hard and creating quality shots, and they did it time and time again.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Bynum. Lavoy Allen comes in for Thaddeus Young. Jarrell Wright's checked in for Jason Richardson. And Nick Young is subbed in for Evan Turner.
Suns have never really been a formidable team on the road in recent years, and last season was pretty much par for the course. They finished 14-19 away from home, and that was part of why they missed the postseason.
That's just terrific positioning on his part to get the rebound. You know, even if he doesn't have the size, he knows exactly what he's doing out there.
And stolen by Wright. Count the bucket. Wright's got his first points of the game. Suns trail by 5. You look back on the recent seasons of the Sun, they just can't seem to get any momentum away from Phoenix. I mean, even when they last won the division, Steve, they weren't too great traveling away from Arizona.
Well, it's kind of a rebuilding or retooling situation for the team, Kevin, and they've had to start making the transition for the future, but they're kind of stuck in no man's land, and that's why they drafted Kendall Marshall to be their point guard of the future, and it's going to take some time, but you know the NBA kind of runs in cycles, and right now the Suns are trying to get back on that up cycle.
Here's Holiday. Cannot hit. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. 76ers lead by 7. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Scola and Gortat there inside. Gilbert Arenas is out there with Dragic. And it's Johnson in at the 3.
Shannon Brown.
Holiday, the pass to Richardson. Right up. And it's blocked by Gortat. Turner with the steal. Holiday against Brown. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, what I like about Holiday, guys, is the defensive length that he has. Long arms. He's got about a 6'7" wingspan, but he's only about 6'3". But as a point guard, he's able to be a ball hawker, a stealer, try to create some defense for his teammates that allow them to get out in transition and get some easy scores.
And he typically knows how to make the most of it. You'll see him dart out from behind the screen or jump up on somebody who terminated their dribble and just pick the ball clean. Drew has a natural talent for that defensively.
Boy, such a great touch, and with his size, I mean, he can go anywhere he wants offensively. And you look at Suns coach Alvin Gentry, has over 30 years of NBA coaching experience and over a decade as a head coach. Last year with the Suns, he tallied his 300th coaching victory.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, it was a rough rookie season for #2 overall pick Evan Turner, but he made some nice strides in year 2. He said the key to his improvement was, quote, just getting back to basketball, not worrying about what people were saying and being honest with myself in regards to what I needed to do to get better. And guys, from his shot to his great rebounding, he bounced back nicely.
He's really coming into his own. Thanks, Doris. And Alvin Gentry in Phoenix for 6 years as an assistant, so he was a natural to take over the head coaching reins and continue their up-tempo offensive system.
Yeah, and he did a terrific job. And, he's got a great way of communicating to his players. He's a very funny guy. The players love him, but he can also be tough, and he establishes the right tone. And now the big challenge is to do so without Steve Nash. Now it's time to run this offense without Nash. Major challenge for Gentry.
Now here's Brown following the shot by Drew Holiday. And here's Fry for 3. Rebounded by Howard. The 76ers leading by 6. Outside Holiday. Moultrie. He's guarded by Dragic. The jump hook. Here's Hawes. Here's Moultrie. And he slams it in one-handed.
That kind of play will get you some brownie points with your coach, no doubt.
And with your fans, too, Clark, on a big dunk like that.
And even with the announcers.
Oh, yeah!
We all love it.
Here's Fry after the made shot from Arnett Moultrie.
Well, after a slow first quarter, he's starting to pick it up a bit here.
It's been a steady downward turn for the Suns in the past few years, Kevin. What once was a team built around speed and several stars is now a bit of a potpourri of talent. You have to think they're on the verge of trying to rebuild things there.
And the Suns call time. After the Suns, they'll have to find a player or two to build around. Steve, what are your thoughts as you extend the Suns from this point on?
Well, right now for the Suns, they don't have too many young prospects, but they did a nice job in the draft the last couple of years. Kendall Marshall, new point guard. Also, the big guy Morris has looked like he's got a future with the club. So I think they're heading in the right direction at this point.
Suns trail by 7. Arenas with it. Picked up by Turner. The dish to Johnson. Back to Arenas. Shoots the 3. Good! Arenas has got 6.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. They're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving 3-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Now, here is Gortat. Following the shot by Drew Holiday. Can't connect from short range. To the inside. Here's Richardson. Jams it straight down.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
The 76ers leading by 6. And Holiday, here we go. Bynum, dunked hard with one hand.
And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hoop there.
Sure is.
The one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
Arenas dishes to Telfair. Arenas, Turner covering. Johnson kicks to Gortat. Back to Johnson. Scola. Shot clock at 5. Young with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Turner. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now here's Scola. Turner with the steal. Shot is off. And so that's the end of the first half. 76ers ahead. They're up by 8. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Now, presented by Sprint.
From the 2K Sports Studios on a beautiful Sunday night, it's time for the halftime report. A good one in progress for the 76ers. They've started off pretty well this season, trying to continue the momentum. Andrew Bynum is just having his way against the Suns. He's up to 9 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. And giving it their all, the Phoenix Suns. The three-point shooting, ridiculous. They're knocking down everything. A great start for Gilbert Arenas. They've also got some great production from Shannon Brown. And now we'll look at games that won't be tipping off until later.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Andrew Bynum really has his fingerprints all over this game.
Seems like every time he's gotten the ball down on the block, guys, he's had his defender at his mercy. He's eating this team alive.
Yeah, he really is. The big man is doing major eating down there in the paint. I like the way he's mixed up his approach, too. He's kept the defenders off balance.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Drew Holiday and Evan Turner. Richardson out there with Young, and it's Bynum in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doug Collins. And Holiday, here we go. That's good.
Drew Holiday.
Holiday's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the 76ers.
Well, this Philly team was frustrating last year in its inability to stay consistent through the course of the year. But I think one thing the fans had to appreciate was the ball movement. The offense really moved fluidly when the Sixers were playing well. And it has to. Without a great player, the ball's got to move, and the team has to play together.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Kevin, the 76ers are a young, athletic team, but they lack those really elite scorers on their roster. Coach Doug Collins admitted, we're not a great half-court team. As much as I like to work on our offense and try to help us, we're just not a great half-court team. We don't have a great post presence. When we're good is when we can get out into the open floor and up and down in transition. Kevin, after 4 years of being in the top 3 in fast break points, the Sixers fell to 12th last season. They're looking to renew their commitment to scoring in the open floor.
Well, they've certainly got the personnel to get out and run. Thanks. And when you don't have a big name that you run your offense through, ball movement certainly is key, Steve, and the 76ers showed Clark, that they can do that.
They finished in the top 10 in assists, Kevin, last year. Rarely turned the ball over, so they were good at moving it, sharing it, and taking care of it. That's how you want the ball moving. I mean, you want everybody involved in that offense. And the Sixers did a nice job of that with a lot of touches and a few mistakes.
Well, of the two teams offensively, they've been more oriented towards those mid-range shots.
Yeah, Steven, they're focused on getting open quality looks, whether it's from behind the arc or inside the arc. And right now it's been more inside the arc.
Good. And it's an 11-point 76ers lead. Timeout call to the Suns.
With the condensed and shortened season last year, teams only played out of conference a total of 18 times. And the Suns actually did pretty good with that portion of the schedule, going 10-8 overall in those games.
Here's Dragic from outside. Shot's good. Dragic has got his second basket of the night.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
And Young kicks to Holiday. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Nick Young's checked in for Evan Turner. Jared Dudley's checked in for Phoenix. Pound comes in for Gilbert Arenas. Back to Scola. Brown the pass to Gortat. Young with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. Young with the ball. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists here tonight. The Suns typically have done very well against the East in this edition of that team. Always, it seems, over Steve 500.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time the Suns finished below 500 against the East. And last year, I bet they wish they had more games versus the East because they did a nice job out there, but boy, the Western Conference was not easy for them.
Shot's good from Young.
Nice little rebounding advantage they're enjoying here.
Yeah, and that's the reason they've got this big lead. I mean, they're dominating the glass and really being tougher than their opponent.
Gortat with the screen for Dudley. Brown dishes to Gortat. And he lays it straight in.
Yeah, they're not going to miss too many of those. That's high percentage stuff there.
Now here is Holiday. He's guarded by Dragic. Young against Gortat. Young's shot is off. for the 76ers, their last game, a win against Oklahoma City.
And that game was almost a coin flip at the end of regulation. It really could have gone either way, but Clark, you sensed it was going to be theirs pretty quickly once overtime began.
Yeah, well, it was obvious as soon as the overtime period started that they'd hit the reset button and gotten their second win.
It's stolen by Dragic. Hits the jump hook. And now it's just a 4-point 76ers lead.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively. Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
Yeah, an aggressive two-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure.
Dudley, Richardson cover. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Dragic kicks to Brown. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And for the Suns, Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Gortat. Johnson comes in for Jared Dudley. And Gilbert Arenas subbed in for Shannon Brown. Howard kicks to right. Lets the three fly. Shot misses. And Phoenix will come the other way. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them. And there's the feed to Johnson. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the Suns miss again. Here's Howard. The shot is off. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one.
43.
76ers lead by 6.
37.
This Saturday, Rudy Gay and the Memphis Grizzlies go up against Tim Duncan and the...
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up, and we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for the Sprite Uncontainable Game segment. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, it's the 76ers with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. Something must have been said about defense at halftime because they came out and locked things up in the third quarter. A great effort on D, and it has them sitting pretty here in the fourth.
Okay, Doris, thank you. And that was quite a run, guys. That made a big impact on where we are right now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, Kevin. It was a major turning point. You know, they really hit on something that in the blink of an eye had them scoring almost at will.
Well, you've got to share the credit for that kind of run. I mean, you can't just say it was all about offense. There was some stingy, stiff defense being played, too.
On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Jared Dudley out there with Beasley. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. Then it's Scola. And it's Dragic in at the point. And the officials call a traveling violation. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Arenas kicks to Beasley from downtown. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas. And that's now 10 points for Beasley.
Three-pointers have been a huge problem for this defense.
Yeah, they've been a day late and $1 short. I mean, and it's costing them. You got to get there sooner.
Kicks it to Turner. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And the 76ers lead by 5. Dragic kicks to Dudley. Scola left side. Arenas with it. Picked up by Turner. Young with the steal.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leap is more than makes up for it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry had to say to the team. He said, guys, for a team with our firepower, we're playing way too tight. We need to push the ball up the floor, get out in transition, and get those easy baskets. We can do this.
Young for 3. They get it back. Up with it. And it's Bynum with the jam.
And what I like watching, Kevin, with this guy is his ability to just chase down rebounds. I mean, he plays so hard, hustles from the opening tip till the final buzzer, and it really shows with his work on the offensive glass.
And let me take this time to also mention his scoring ability in the post. I mean, his technique on the low block is picture perfect. The footwork is exquisite. Everything else about it is impeccable, too.
Poke loose. He's got a clear path. Dragic's the pass to Arenas. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
Just adds to what has already been a great day for him.
Here's Dragic, guarded by Holiday. It's up a three. Dragic good for three.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing.
Oh, and the dunk by Young.
Well, after he threw that one down, he felt free to hang around for a little while.
A little extra emphasis at the end.
Now, you got to be careful, too, on that. It's used to be an automatic technical foul. They'll still call it at times, but they're a little more selective with the call.
That one goes. Count it.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
Here's Bynum. That drops. Bynum's got 5 points in the quarter.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
The offensive rebound. Scola. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Bynum. Gortat's there. Bynum dishes to Holiday. At the lead pass. And taken away by Arenas. Fast break, here come the Suns. Scola kicks to Dragic. Fires for three. Another three for Phoenix.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this team.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor.
Jason Richardson is checked in for Philadelphia. And Holiday kicks to Turner. Back to Holiday. Over Dragic. Turner passes to Bynum. Second shot opportunity. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beasley kicks to Gortat. Scola dishes to Dragic. Outside Arenas to tie it up. Buries it. A tremendous three to tie it up.
Boy, what a huge shot there.
How about what it came? I mean, he answered the bell with that one.
And Turner kicks to Bynum. Kicks it out to Richardson. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
Here is Arenas. He dishes it to Dragic. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To take the lead, nails the triple.
He has looked very comfortable from three-point land today.
Well, the bulk of his points, that's where they've come from.
27 seconds left in the game. Scola against Young. Turner feeds to Bynum. Gortat's there to end the run. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just one.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And an intentional foul right there.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Boy, that's huge. Big foul shots to get them the 3-point lead.
And here's Richardson outside. Full time! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. He sinks the clutch free throw. Can't knock it down. They really needed that one. Holiday with the 3. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
Nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Bynum.
Yeah.